If you told me a year ago that I'll be interning at Acer as a freshman, I would tell you that it's impossible for a freshman like me to get an intern.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
Anyways, this summer over 2,000 people applied to Acer and only 12 got in, and somehow I was one of them as a freshman. This isn't about getting into Acer, it's about how saying yes has changed everything for me and why it could be the same for you. What's up guys, so welcome back to my channel even though this is my first ever video, but I'm Ray, a rising sophomore at NYU studying computer science and interactive media arts. I grew up in mainly China, around cities like Shanghai, and I grew up in international schools. But I was not the smartest kid. I didn't have 4.0 GPA and I had no crazy awards. And honestly, I thought I got lucky with NYU because I applied early decision and I just got in. And after that, I kind of just coasted. The story starts back last summer, right after I got into college. I was working at a design firm, and I was interning as a design intern at a design company. I was working 9 to 5, and it sucked because I was waiting for the clock to hit 5 p.m. every day. And that's when I knew I wanted more in life. So I knew I had to elevate myself to be able to achieve that instead of chasing after the paycheck. In the first semester, I was just experiencing how it's like to be a first-year college student. Just like everybody else, I applied for club positions, but I got rejected. But I didn't give up. I kept on trying to make new connections through making new friends by eating dinner or lunch with them and just having small talks. But my first semester, I didn't end up with an ideal GPA, though I did make a lot of friends though. But starting the second semester, it was tough. I remember the first week back, I was listening to my friends talk about how they got an on-campus job and I felt very behind. I told them about it, and I remember clearly that they told me my time would come. And just one day after that, a friend of mine has invited me to be the UX designer of a startup idea. I eagerly accepted it. And weeks after that, a girl from my major has invited me to become the Adobe student ambassador of the campus. And with the momentum building, I was surrounding myself with ambitious people. And the energy, it rubs off on you. In less than 3 months' time, our club grew to 180 followers on Instagram. We hosted 8 events, and all while I was studying for academics and sleeping enough and also gymming. I realized that when you stay consistent, people notice and doors open. In February, I found out about this internship. Yes, someone we knew who worked at Acer has introduced me to it. But I still had to go through 3 rounds of interview all by myself, and considering it was still tough because most of the applicants were master's students or seniors or juniors in college. In the final round of the interview, I pitched the Gen AI marketing strategy to the general manager. I remember I was nervous, but I spoke with confidence and I showed my logic. And I leaned back to what I was building at school. Afterwards, the general manager has told the HR that I was one of her top picks, not because of my major, but because I had real, prepared, and ambition to back it up. And most importantly, she saw my involvement in school. And now I get to work with a global marketing team. I get to write campaign ideas, I get to build strategy decks, and I'm learning so much every day. It still blows my mind that a few months ago, I was just a freshman trying to figure out what he liked. So here's what I want to say. If you want to say that I'm not the smartest or I have no connections, I've been there. You don't need a perfect GPA. You don't need to be the smartest, but you just need to start. And here's what has helped me. I plan ahead and I try to hold myself accountable by thinking about the meeting for tomorrow or the upcoming projects just to stay organized. And sometimes I even said no to hangouts because in reality, you're not actually missing out on much. I knew I had bigger goals. It's not always fun in the moment, but it gave me momentum. So if you told me last year that I'll be working at Acer this year, I wouldn't have believed you. But now, I'm building it brick by brick. If you're chasing growth or figuring out your thing, subscribe. I'll be sharing wins and losses and all the behind the scenes through vlogs and day in a life videos. Let's grow together. See you in the next one.